Cheers, I do, buckers. How the heck are you? Let's go full curmudgeon, shall we? Anyways, let me fix this up before we get going here. We're gonna go full curmudgeon, by golly. Gonna go full Andy Rooney. We're gonna go full curmudgeon, baby. Let me fix this over here. I just can't figure out why I can't get that to stay there. Anyways, I digress. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer and the Whiskey Whisperer. Sometimes I have several personalities. We never know what's going to show up, man. There we go. We're back in business there. Anyways, let me pour a beer for you. Got a couple ideas I was going to do for this video, and I haven't decided which direction I want to go, other than I do want to have one more of these this evening. The Doppeldunkel from Banter Brewing here in Springfield, Missouri, small brewery here. You did a Doppeldunkel. I wasn't really familiar with the style, to be honest with you. 7.5%, just a bigger version of the classic German brown ale. Boy, this Doppeldunkel is just insanely good. Oh my goodness. So, but then I had an idea. I fixed something up for my wife, but we had some extras Bundaberg. So I was originally going to pair a whiskey with this Doppeldunkel, and I still probably will. But then I had the idea to do a cocktail with this Bundaberg. Because you figure a real ginger and a cocktail. Oh, geez, what is making? I think I will just pour me just a small amount of some whiskey here. I'm looking at my bottle options here, and I'm trying to find the one that I think will pair best with this Doppeldunkel. And again, when I do whiskey pairings, I'm not looking necessarily for like flavors, right? I don't want things that taste alike. I'm looking for flavors that work together, or complementary flavors. So that's what I'm looking for here. Is I'm looking at my stuff. What do I think will go? I think I'm going to go this direction, though. I think I'm going to use this Dogmaster. It's a young bourbon, but I do like what it has to offer. Runs about 40-ish a bottle, I do believe. I am a fan of their products, so I do like Dogmaster Distillery out of Columbia, Missouri. I didn't want to go with one of my, for lack of a better word, more expensive ones, but I think this one will work nice. If my memory is intact of what I remember this whiskey being, because it's been a while since I've actually had it. Oh. Gosh, I do like that nose, though. It is a young bourbon, though, so let's not, not an oak and spice, a lot of vanilla on it. It's kind of what I was looking for. I was looking for a lot of vanilla, a little sweeter profile. Anyways, I'm gonna, now that my head has calmed down, I'm gonna have a little bit of this beer, man. Let me pour this a little bit more in there, though. Get that right to a nice level. You can see that nice head sitting up top there. There we go, using my right-handed mug once again. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. We're having a Doppeldunkel, 7.5% from the good folks, Banter Brewing, Springfield, Missouri. Sometimes I go into radio announcer voice for no apparent reason. Anyways, my talents are greatly underutilized. I'm telling you that, right? I have some skills. I should be doing voiceover work in Hollywood. By golly, I make a lot of difference. I should be making a living doing voiceovers, by golly. Somebody missed the boat. Never mind. Told you I was going to go full curmudgeon. I never know when I've gone too far until I've already gone too far. But then it's too late to turn back. You just got to keep going. Once you know you've gone too far, don't bring it back. Just keep going farther. You got to make a statement at that point. Oh, old Robin Williams line. It's nice to know you've gone too far, and there's a whole audience telling you, yes, you did. Mercy. Oh, that is just gorgeous. The nose on this. In fact, it is better now, to be honest with you. Now it's warmed up a little bit. Those flavors really. Ship biscuits and gravy. That's good, man. I don't care who you are. That's tasty. Anyway, I digress. Oh, that is gorgeous. I feel like I'm getting just again, slight hints of caramel, but not in a sweet way. And I don't know how to make that make sense. But yeah, it almost feels like caramel, but not sweet. Then you've got those beautiful herbal hops. I feel like I get just the slightest notion of anise in there. Just the idea of not even anise seed or even a fennel, more like tarragon. It's a more subtle version of anise. There you go, tarragon. Anyway, I digress. Tom, you just pulled this shit out your ass? Yeah, mostly. Just spitballing. It's not all going to be gold. You never know what's going to hit, man. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to set that down for a second. I'm going to pick up the whiskey. Actually, I'm feeling a little bit different now that I let it sit for a little bit, too. Look, I'm picking up a lot of maple on the nose from this whiskey. A lot of maple, yeah. Big maple. Again, a nice amount of vanilla, some spice, definitely some oak. Not going to get pretentious on you and tell you I'm getting cigar tobacco. Yeah. You're getting hits of leather and cigar tobacco. Really? Who the fuck chews on leather? Anyways, I love when I get those pretentious. It's a hint of leather and cigar tobacco. It's like chewing on an Italian leather shoe. Anyways, oh man, that was good. I haven't been there in a while. I guess it was maybe about 3 years ago. My wife and I were in the area. We're in Columbia, and I visited Dog Master Distillery twice actually, and I really loved their products. I had a great time at the distillery. I really did. I guess it was in 21, so it's been about 3 years. Yeah, the pandemic was calming down, but it was kind of still in effect. So masks weren't required in that particular area, but were suggested. So if you weren't around people, you got everybody was kind of segregated. Nobody really sat next to each other. And again, the laws were different in Columbia than they were here in Springfield, Missouri. But boy, the folks at Dog Master were so nice, man. I just had a great time out there. Went out there twice in the 3 days we were in their neck of the woods because I just loved them so much. The cocktails were insanely good. The first time I was out there, I had a Manhattan because that's kind of my main cocktail. But then I had a Boston Sour the second time, and oh my god, that thing was gorgeous. It was so good. So I bought a bottle of their bourbon and their aged whiskey, which had a really interesting malt mash bill. Make me. That was good. I don't care who you are. That's tasty. I don't care who you are, baby. That's good, man. That's just good. As I work on this dunk, I will tell you though, to be honest with you, yeah. Now that this is warmed up, I will tell you this beer really is going to do its thing at about 55 degrees. I'm going to say 50 to 55, but some might even say 55 to 60. But yeah, it was great when it was colder, but now that it's warmed up a little bit, those flavors have really melded together. Some beers are just better warmer, especially when you deal with a doppel anything. It's just going to be better, man. You don't need to have every beer ice cold. Kind of an American thing, really. Every American thinks everything has to be ice cold. And if you're a Republican, even your women have to be ice cold. Anyway, that's a story for another day. Uh, that's a story for another day, man. Hey, Shane, how are you, man? Good to hear from you. I'm going to post your comment. Feel free to jump in on the conversation. Tell me what you're drinking. If you'd like to be part of the video, let me know, and I'll send you a link via Messenger, typically. Got anything else? Tell me what you're drinking tonight, my friend. Oh, man. That beer is insanely good. Oh, good Lord. That's good. Alcohol here. That's tasty. Anyways, I digress. It's funny, the more I let this sit, I pick it up, I sit down, pick it up, and it's not warm because it was already warm to start with, but I just feel a little bit different every time I pick it up. The second time I picked it up, I felt a lot of maple notes, you know. Lost 40. Oh, gosh, I haven't even lost 40 in a long time. Not since I left Arkansas. I do miss my days in Arkansas. I gotta tell you, I love those couple years that I worked for Saddlebach in Springdale. My territory was Rogers and Bentonville, so to be honest with you, I only got into Springdale about once a week. But boy, I do miss the beers out there. Lost 40 was some great stuff. I would like to get back to Little Rock one of these days because I've got a friend getting a brewery going out there. Brewer friend, I say friend. You know, we know each other mostly from social media, but we have met in person a couple times. Oh man, this stuff is just absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, I do miss Arkansas. I miss some of the Mexican food, to be honest with you. There was a great food truck in Rogers called La Herradura, and man, those oh man, I do miss the Mexican food out there. Do miss the Mexican markets, man. The Mexican markets were just crazy good. My wife misses the Mexican bakeries. That's what I loved about being out there. Of course, Saddlebach has since sold. Uh, they're doing things a little different now. I assume it's pretty good stuff. I just haven't had a chance to get out there. I've been dying to get out there to try it, to see what they've changed, what they've kept, what they've changed. Some of the recipes were great. I don't know. I wish I knew what happened to the head brewer that was out there when I was working out there. Blame. This guy was just a great brewer. Unfortunately, the owner of at the time, Steve, just wouldn't let him quite do everything he wanted to do. I think things would have been different if Steve just let go of the reins a little bit and let this brewer do what he could do because he was rather amazing. Uh, the song I've been listening to a lot over the last few weeks, I guess. Ray Wiley Hubbard, a song called Naturally Wild. And this song is just brilliant. Ray Wiley Hubbard's a great songwriter. He's been around for, well, since the beginning of time, really. He's been around for a long time. Wrote a lot of great songs for a lot of people. He's got a lot of solo stuff. Even he will admit he's not a great singer, but he's got a great sound, a great voice. And he's just one of those amazing songwriters that probably doesn't get the credit he deserves. But he's got a song out there called Co-Story 2 called Naturally Wild, and that song is just brilliant. And the chorus goes, so I'm going down in flames, stark, raving, full tilt, untamed, prodigal son exiled, some of God's children just naturally wild. And I'm, oh man, that just those lyrics just spoke to me. I feel like he was singing right to me with those lyrics. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Are you talking to me personally? So I'm going down in flames, stark, raving, full tilt, untamed. The prodigal son exiled, some of God's children just naturally want. Oh yeah, yeah, that stuff is absolutely brilliant from the Ozark Beer Co. Yeah, that has always been great. Yeah, love the Northwest Arkansas stuff. Rogers, Bentonville. Well, you get out of Fayetteville, a lot of great breweries out there as well. Back in 2014, I guess my wife and I spent about I don't know 4 or 5 days, not quite a week, but I think we did 5 days in Little Rock. We actually stayed north Little Rock, but we spent most of our time in Little Rock. But we got the hotel in North Little Rock was brilliant. 'Cause we just have to walk the bridge to come over. But yeah, so there was a Goodwill outlet store in Little Rock she wanted to go to. So I just kind of walked that bridge when I got up and around, and I had to, hit all the places I wanted to hit and slowly walk my ass back. There were some uh, great places in Little Rock I wanted to go to. One of them is still around that I remember was Dugan's Pub. Dugan's Pub was just gorgeous. Uh, Great atmosphere, great food. And I think they celebrated their 12th or 13th anniversary, something like that. There was another Irish pub that I can't remember the name though. I should, but I can't. Uh, that was just on the other side of the bridge, maybe back in North Little Rock, where we were staying. It was just a short walk from where we were staying, and that place was very nice too. Went to Diamond Bear while we were there. They were actually and very underrated brewery. I think they're doing better stuff than they get credit for. And we had a few other places. I did enjoy the area. I did. Uh, a lot of it might have been because I was just kind of I didn't have any troubles in any areas I went to. Let me just say that I kind of wandered around downtown. And I didn't have any issues, and a lot of it because I was kind of naive and unaware of how bad some of the areas might be. But I never had any problems, and a lot of it I think was just because I wasn't looking for any. You know, I talked to everybody in a certain way, and hey, how you doing? So I never had any problems with anybody, even though people told me later, "Oh my gosh, you survived there." I just said hi. Yeah. Sometimes it's just how you treat people, how they react to you. I might have walked through some bad areas, but I never had any issues. Well, I do like some Lost 40. I got to tell you. Yeah, that might have been the name. I couldn't remember the name of the pub. I think that was probably it. I did have a good time there. I did enjoy that place. I do remember they were very friendly too, um, because I was talking to the bartender. But we had seemed to have some similar experiences. So, uh, of course, I grew up in an Irish pub, so I'm ordering specific things, that you would order in Irish. But so, no, try this Irish whiskey. So I give me a sample of that. So, oh yeah, I'll try that. Of course, you got to, when you're at a pub like that, you have to try certain things. So don't have the Bushmills or the Jameson. Try this one. Okay, I'm in. You sold me. But again, Dugan's in Little Rock was just amazing as well. I do love Dugan's Pub. Those guys were just so great. Very friendly. It was in the Argenta area. Yeah, actually, it was. Yeah, yeah. That I couldn't remember, but yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Because I thought maybe I screwed up, to be honest with you, when I booked the hotel because it was so much more inexpensive than other hotels in Little Rock, the North Little Rock Hotel. But the room was so much better. So we got this beautiful, suite for about the price of just a regular room in Little Rock. So okay, I'm going to book this. But if all I have to do is walk across the bridge. But the room was nice and it came with breakfast and everything. We didn't have any issues with the hotel. Everything was great there. but the price was so great. And then we went to the some of the hit a couple liquor stores in there to buy all the stuff that I wanted to have, and we had a great time out there. And when I told people later where I was staying, they said, "Really? You stayed there? That was great. I didn't have any issues. I mean, I actually went to a comedy club out there. There was a comedy club that was having their amateur night or whatever they call it. So I went in and did about a 5-minute set, and I got a standing O, man. got a standing O here. Oh man, this guy is wrong. He's so wrong. Anyway, I did the bit Ask the Beer Whisperer too. It's the first time I ever did a comedy Ask the Beer Whisperer. Did it again. It was about a 5-minute set. It was done, but it was fun. I got a lot of compliments for it. I got a few drinks bought for it. Hey man, you're so wrong. I'm going to buy you a cocktail. There is something wrong with you, man. You need a drink. Yeah. anyways, I digress. But I digress, man. Cheese biscuits and gravy. Anyways. As we wrap this video, I thought about doing a highball with you, but we're not going to get there. I've already talked for over 20 minutes. Anyway, I am Tom the Beer Whisperer and Whiskey Whisperer for the purposes of this video. For the purposes of this video, please don't sue everybody. But I digress. We're just going to skip to the end and say, sláinte. Have a good one, guys. I appreciate you all.